What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, reports are now surfacing that LeBron James, NBA legend, three-time world champion, and Kawhi Leonard, current NBA, on his way to being an NBA legend. He himself is a multi-time world champion. He plays now for the Los Angeles Clippers. LeBron James plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. And after the situation arose recently with the latest injustice that took place in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin, the Milwaukee Bucks decided to not have their game today, their playoffs. The NBA is in the playoffs right now. The Milwaukee Bucks decided to not play the game, which obviously forced their team, their opponents, the Orlando Magic, not to play. And then other teams followed suit, and they decided they weren't going to play tonight either. Well, now it's being reported that LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers decided to take it a step further and completely call the season an end after Jacob Blake incident in Wisconsin. And there's a lot going on currently. So the NBA players, if you didn't know, going into the bubble due to the pandemic and social distancing and fans not being able to be present in live sporting events, and they want to make sure everybody was safe. All of the teams that are currently competing in the NBA playoffs were in the bubble in Orlando, and now due to the fact that we had the George Floyd situation, the NBA players were voting and hesitant to even continue the season after that took place. Now we have the Jacob Blake situation, and now the NBA players are all confused, which is the Milwaukee Bucks decided not to play today, trickled down to the MLB, the Major League Baseball, and Major League Baseball teams have decided they weren't going to play, along with the WNBA, the Women's National Basketball Association. They decided they weren't going to play either. Now, obviously, everybody's not on board, but when you have the big wigs, the superstars that feel this way and they're not going to step on the court, well, that's a trickle down effect. You're going to get a domino effect. And so going into this, they were having votes if they wanted to even continue the season due to them, trying to raise awareness and trying to inflict change upon, what's taking place within the black communities and law enforcement. And you had guys like Kyrie Irving that said the season shouldn't even continue. Then you had guys like Kendrick Perkins going against Kyrie Irving and saying Kyrie Irving is making a mistake. Kyrie Irving don't know what he's talking about, right? You even had Stephen A. Smith come out and say Kyrie Irving didn't know what he's talking about. Kyrie Irving said the season shouldn't continue because once you're in that bubble, you're in the bubble. You can't, your word is not going to be heard. How can you inflict change, right? How could you use your platform at the highest level? How could you truly be involved if you're stuck in the bubble? Well, it turns out Kyrie Irving was 1,000% correct, right? And now we have another incident that arose just months after the George Floyd situation. Now this is in Wisconsin. The first one was in Minnesota with George Floyd. Now we're in Wisconsin. And I know all too well, how deep this goes because I suffered that twice in my family, my grandfather and my uncle. So I've suffered these two losses to these same injustices twice in my family personally. So I know all too well the pain that the families are feeling. And so Jacob Blake, he's a survivor, but he is now being reported to have suffered some long-term injuries. So with that said, there needs to be change inflicted. There has to be, right? And these athletes have a huge platform, huge voice, and they understand that they need to use it because you have guys that don't have as big of a voice, don't have as big of a platform, that can't speak up for themselves and touch as many people and make as much of a change as these athletes that, are in every single person's household, right? No matter what community, no matter what race you are. So with that said, you saw Doc Rivers. He said, why do we continue to love a place that don't love us back. So the effects of this is truly being felt worldwide, and sports is a big part of what goes on in the everyday household. Families. You sit down. You say out of sight, out of mind. It didn't hit close to home. It's not your family, and you don't worry about it, and you sit down and you enjoy your sporting events. Well, guess what? Those are going to now be affected due to the fact that what's going on outside your household, forcing everybody to have to use their voice and want to make a change. So it looks like the NBA and other players, other teams are looking to try to, change the minds of LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers. They're looking to have another meeting tomorrow. So we got to wait and see how that's going to play out. But as of right now, the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers are all but ready to leave the bubble. So is LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard. And I'm sure if Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers decide to do such, the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo, the three of the biggest stars, not and only missing Kevin Durant, decide to step away, everybody else will follow suit. So let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.